Okay, speaking of more garbage, on our 1 year anniversary show, we are 1 year. Please like, share, and subscribe if you don't mind. We want to get the subscriptions up. I know it's a tough thing. I know it's not an easy thing to do. And any people that think it is easy to do, I can
It's not.
assure you that it is not.
It's
There are
definitely not.
YouTube algorithm things. I was saying earlier in the show before you got online, we were just talking about the views. We got over 77,000 views on our channel. We got over 3,000 watch hours on our channel, which, from everything that I've seen, within a year is pretty good. But, a lot of views that we get, the algorithm sends them to people who absolutely hate us, and we could have something that may have not even a whole bunch of views, but I'll have like 800 comments on it.
Right.
That is just crazy.
Yeah.
But it is our 1 year anniversary. So please like, share, and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. But on to the next subject. Baby Juggernaut brought this up earlier. There was a phone call between RFK Jr. and Donald Trump, and it was a phone call, I would assume, RFK Jr. called him to check on him after the assassination attempt. And this phone call was apparently recorded by RFK Jr.'s son, and somehow it leaked out. I wonder why. Any idea as to why they would leak this out?
Who leaked it? The son? Because
I guess. I mean, here's the thing. What I do know is that RFK Jr.'s family, for the most part, the majority of them do not like this guy.
Yeah, they don't like him at all. So what's the D? That's hilarious.
Maybe the son has a relationship with somebody else in the family and texted it over to them, and he goes, "Oh, I'm leaking this shit right now." Or maybe the son did it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. You have it?
Yeah, I do. So we're going to play this right now. This is RFK Jr., and he is talking to Donald Trump. They bring up the vaccine. They bring up the election. They bring up Joe Biden calling him. It's really not a long clip. And of course, what it is Donald Trump fucking rambling on and RFK Jr. just sitting there listening and taking it. But let's listen to this rambling phone call. Baby Juggernaut said, "Son left a message." What do you mean left a message? To who? Well, while you type that, let's play the clip.
Something's wrong with that whole system. And, and it's the doctors you find. Remember I said I want to do small doses. Small doses. When you feed a baby, Bobby, a vaccination that has like 38 different vaccines, and it looks like it's meant for a horse, not a 10-pound or 20-pound baby. It looks like you should be giving a horse this.
The funny part about this is Donald Trump trying to relate with RFK Jr. on vaccine and COVID, all this stuff.
It's like, why is that? Why he called? Didn't he call to just see how he was?
Well, this is him trying to relate. And RFK Jr. is nutty about this, but RFK Jr., to me, it almost has this look like, what the fuck is this guy talking?
And he's probably like, why
are we crazy off?
Yeah, why are we talking about vaccines right now? It's not COVID season.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but because you're Trump and I've got to bow down just like these other so-called men, I'm going to sit here and listen to you ramble on. But
when they got him on the phone, they probably said, "Yeah, it's RFK Jr., the anti-vaxxer in trouble."
Yep.
Okay.
I know how to talk to this guy. Let me handle it. But he brings up like 8 different topics in this 1.5 minute phone call. Here we go.
And then you see the baby all of a sudden starting to change radically. I've seen it too many times. And then you hear that it doesn't have an impact, right? But you and I talked about that a long time ago. And anyway, I would love you to do stuff, and I think it'll be so good for you and so big for you. And we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're way ahead of the guy.
That's one thing that got a lot of attention is He's basically telling him, I've got something for you and we are going to win. And RFK Jr. responds with a, yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I'm in the race, I would have maybe said, well, you still have some, at least joke around and say, hey, you still have some competition. Don't count me out, something like that. But he's also one of those, you ever been in a conversation with one of those rambling fools that you just cannot get a word in edgewise? That's Donald Trump. You can't get a word in with him.
I thought those two people met too, but I guess it was just a phone call. Like I thought like they had met before the shooting, like they had a meeting.
Maybe they did. I don't know. That I did not hear, but this is post-shooting. Now he's going to get into the phone call that Joe Biden made to him.
And, he's interesting. It was very nice, actually. He called me, and he said, how did you choose to move to the right? So I guess that's, people say, if I was looking straight up, he said, I said, I was just showing a chart. I didn't have to tell him the chart was on all the people pouring into our country, but I just turned my head to show the chart.
Crossings are down.
That is true. And this is Donald Trump trying to turning himself into the hero. Like, I've got instincts that nobody else has, and I just happened to turn my head to the right when the bullet was coming. Like, he's fucking Jesus Christ. Let's just finish this up.
It felt like a giant, like the world's largest mosquito. And it was a bullet going around. What do they call that? An AR-15 or something? That was a big gun.
You don't know what it is?
Guns, right?
You don't want
a fucking child. He's like, what do they call it? An AR-15? That's the big one, right? Like, dude, like, you are the president of the United States. You don't know what the fucking AR-15 is? There have been plenty of murders from that gun when you were. Oh my God! Why? What is going on, Lana? What?
And that is the guy that people are like, I don't know.
It's what don't you fucking know at this point? Really? I mean, again, there is respect. People keep talking about the words personal responsibility. You should not be allowed to vote unless you know exactly what you're voting for with facts, not just memes and TikTok videos. But Baby Juggernaut says Twitter or what media he used to release the tape definitely didn't seem like a fan of Trump. So
what else was funny? Because Nikki Haley's son made a tweet about Trump, which showed us that he didn't like Trump. Oh my God, I wish. And I'm like, wow,
he talked shit about his mom. Unlike
your mommy know that you wrote this?
Yeah, I mean, unlike Ted Cruz, who he talked shit about his wife and his dad, and you call little Marco, and almost make references about his genitals on a fucking debate, and just rag all these people, and then they come back and just bow down like sad, pathetic little weasels. I can't stand these so-called men, and they're the ones. I was losing this Charlie Kirk the other day saying that if you're a man and you vote for Joe Biden, you're not really a man or some shit like that. I'm like, dude, it's coming from Charlie fucking Kirk.
This is what he said, Nikki Haley's son. Breaking, Tim Scott calls off wedding.
That's awesome.
This was a quote tweet of Trump picks Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate, and he quote tweeted that and put breaking, Tim Scott calls off his wedding. That's kind of like what I did too, because
I saw that. I saw it. Nothing funnier than all these people coming out and saying, well, Tim Scott fake married this woman just to get the VP and
fake fiance. They're getting married August 3rd. It was supposed to be right after the convention.
Very, very, very sad.
Indeed.